We have traveled far on this journey together. We began by recognizing the subtle hum of anxiety in a world of constant demand, a disconnection from the very ground beneath our feet. We learned to press the biological reset switch with a splash of cold water, to anchor ourselves in the Earth's steady presence, and to calibrate our inner clocks to the grand rhythm of the Sunday. We became gardeners, tending to the fragrant herbs that soothe the mind, and listeners, decoding the healing symphony of the natural world. We stepped into the forest and breathed its invisible medicine. Finally, we learned to cultivate gratitude, the inner operating system that transforms fleeting moments of peace into an enduring state of being. We have, in essence, become diligent gardeners of our own secret inner landscapes. We have found a measure of peace. And so, we arrive at the most important question of all. Now what? Is this hard-won peace a fortress to be defended, a private sanctuary where we can hide from the storms of a chaotic world? There is a subtle danger in the modern pursuit of wellness that it can curdle into a sophisticated form of self-absorption, a focus so intense on our own inner state that we forget the interconnected web of which we are a part. Does our journey end with us sitting peacefully in our own tranquil garden while the world outside remains as fractured and anxious as ever? This final chapter explores what might be the most crucial and evolved stage of our healing, the ripple effect. We will move beyond the garden wall and investigate the ecology of kindness, exploring the profound and scientifically validated ways in which a single, well-regulated nervous system can become a source of calm and strength for others. We will learn that our peace is not a destination, but a transmission. True, lasting resilience is not an individual achievement, it is a community asset. Our inner work is only truly complete when we learn to share its fruits, creating waves of stability that flow outward from our calm center into the lives of those we touch. To understand how your inner peace becomes a gift to others, we must first learn about a beautiful, silent dialogue that is constantly occurring between nervous systems. This is the science of co-regulation. It is the subtle, often unconscious process through which our emotional and physiological states are shaped by the presence of others. When a mother soothes a crying infant, she is not just offering comfort. Her calm nervous system is literally helping to regulate the baby's disorganized one. This phenomenon doesn't stop in infancy. Throughout our lives, our nervous systems are in constant communication. An anxious, frantic presence can elevate the heart rates of everyone in a room. Conversely, a calm, grounded, and present individual can act as an external pacemaker for a dysregulated nervous system, gently guiding it back toward equilibrium. The mechanism behind this is, in part, due to a remarkable class of brain cells called mirror neurons. These cells fire not only when we perform an action but also when we observe someone else performing that same action. They are the neural basis of empathy, allowing us to feel, on a physiological level, what another person might be feeling. When you have spent time cultivating your own calm through forest bathing, a sunset ritual, or deep listening, your entire being radiates a different signal. Your facial muscles are relaxed, your breathing is slow and deep, your tone of voice is measured. A person in a state of anxiety, whose own system is on high alert, can unconsciously mirror these signals of safety. Without a single word of advice being spoken, your regulated state can offer their nervous system a blueprint for calm, a tangible pathway out of the panic loop. The practices we have cultivated are not just for you, they transform you into a more effective co-regulator, a safe harbor in the emotional storms of others. Furthermore, when we intentionally direct our energy outward in acts of service and kindness, our own biology rewards us profoundly. This is the well-documented phenomenon known as the *** helper's high, *** a feeling of warmth, euphoria, and increased energy that follows a selfless act. This isn't just a psychological boost, it's a neurochemical event. Giving support to others triggers a release of endorphins, the body's natural opiates, which elevates mood and dulls pain. More importantly, it stimulates the release of oxytocin, often called the love hormone or bonding hormone. Oxytocin is a powerful anti-stress agent. It actively downregulates the amygdala, the fear center, increases feelings of trust and social connection, and has a direct calming effect on the cardiovascular system. Here lies the beautiful self-reinforcing loop of healing. The act of caring for others is one of the most potent forms of caring for ourselves. While gratitude teaches us to receive the world's gifts, kindness is how we plant those seeds back into the world, and in the very act of planting, we are nourished. The real question, then, is how do we intentionally bring this practice of co-regulation and kindness into our lives? How do we evolve our personal nature recovery kit into a toolkit for community connection? The beauty is that it requires no grand new gestures, only a subtle shift in perspective, turning our personal rituals into shared experiences. Consider the practices we have cultivated. Your herb garden is no longer just for your own calming cup of tea. It is an invitation. When a friend or family member is stressed, instead of offering advice, offer them a seat, a warm mug of freshly brewed mint tea, and 5 minutes of shared quiet presence. Your sunset pact can become a family ritual. Instead of everyone retreating to their own screens as the day ends, gather by a window, watch the colors change together, and share one good thing that happened that day. When you go for your forest prescription, invite someone to join you. Don't feel the need to fill the space with conversation. Simply share the walk, the silence, the air. Let the forest co-regulate you both. Even the most acute tools, like the cold water reset, can be shared. When someone is in a state of panic, your calm, regulated action of quietly fetching them a cool glass of water is far more powerful than frantically telling them to calm down. Your steadiness becomes their anchor. The goal is never to fix another person, but to generously share the peaceful space you have cultivated, creating the conditions for them to find their own equilibrium. In ecology, there is a concept known as a keystone species. This is an organism, like the beaver that builds a dam or the sea otter that protects the kelp forests, whose presence has a disproportionately large and stabilizing effect on its entire ecosystem. By healing and regulating ourselves, by choosing kindness and sharing our calm, we become a keystone species in our own social ecosystems. A single, grounded, and compassionate individual can create a zone of stability and resilience that nourishes their family, their workplace, and their community. The ultimate purpose of finding our roots was never just to stand strong alone, but to grow our canopy wide enough to offer shelter to others. The final step in resetting our own system is to realize that we are part of a much larger one. Our personal restoration is not just for us, it is for the world we touch, a gift that multiplies every time it is given away.